Hi everyone, this is Sailor Basha. Welcome to our Marine Knowledge channel. If you are watching this video for the first time, please do not forget to subscribe our channel and please press bell icon so that you will get notification of any of our future videos which will be uploaded in our channel. Today we are going to share a video about how to overhaul main engine starting air valve. What are all the things that you need to check while overhauling, how to dismantle, how to overhaul, and how to assemble and how to test starting air valve. I would like to make this video into two parts, so that first part will contain dismantling and overhauling procedure of starting air valve, and second part will contain how to assemble and test a starting air valve. Please continue watching the video fully and let's go inside the video.
Now we are going to dismantle the starting air valve. This is the starting air valve for main engine ME series electronic engine starting air valve. So before opening any starting air valve, just visually check whether everything is okay or not. And now it's the old O-ring, and you can see lot of rust in the body, and you can see lot of ports. Here is where your starting air will be there. Starting air inside your cylinder cage. When the starting air valve is in your cylinder head, this area will be completely covered with starting air, the 30 bar air. So once from here, I'll show you. So from top, always your control air will come. You can see when the control air is supplied from here, you can see the spindle is open. So when this spindle opens, the air which is over here will be in contact directly with your piston top surface, right? This happens during your starting sequence. So when I remove the air, when the pilot air is cut off, it will be closed. So this is how the starting air valve works. So when the pilot air will be provided according to the firing order. So if the starting air pilot air is supplied from top, your spindle will open and starting air will flow and starting sequence will happen. So once the starting sequence is completed, your pilot air is stopped and your valve will close. There is no more air supply to your cylinder head. So this is how this starting air valve works. And the main thing that you need to see is the sealing area. This is your seating area. The seating area should be always proper. There should not be any pitting mark, any mark of scoring, nothing should be here. It should be absolutely airtight. There should not be any leakage in this area. So again I say, when pilot air comes from top, the spindle opens, the air which is over here enters through this way and starting sequence will happen. Once the starting sequence is done, your pilot valve will be closed and your spindle will be closed. There is no more air going inside your cylinder head. So this is how the starting air valve works, and venting will be happen through this way. You can see the port. The air which is trapped inside this starting air chamber will be vented slowly through this holes. So this is your venting hole, and this is your starting air where it is trapped, and this is your van spindle, and this is your body. Okay, now we can start dismantling this. So before dismantling, I will just do a buffing of this area so that easy for me to open. remove the O-ring, and the O-ring buffing is done almost, so start dismantling. All you need to do is you have to open this nuts. This bolts is of special type. You can see a marking over here T. You can see a marking over here T. It's a special marking that this bolt can be used only on starting. Do not interchange. Use the same bolts for assembling the starting air valve. You can see the marking over here T. So this marking means that this bolt is specified for this starting air valve. So we removed all the bolts. We removed the top cover. You can see the top cover, and you can see two bolts. Two bolts. These are the securing bolts for your spindle, and this is your piston. When the pilot air comes, it will push the piston down. So along with the piston, the spindle will go down. Spindle will open. So when it opens, your starting wire will go inside, and this piston will be closed by your spring. I will open the spring and show you. So the two bolts are locked. You can see a locking plate over here. This is to ensure your bolts does not get loosened during any operation. Okay, I will remove this. Now I had removed the lock. Now I will remove remove the bolts. So I completely removed the locking plate, so I can open the bolts. Sometimes if you feel when you are opening the bolts, the piston is rotating, then you can lock your spindle. Sometimes when you open, this piston tries to turn. So during that time, you can use this lock. This is actually a lapping tool. You can use this as a locking. You can use here. You can see two slots over here. Two slots. So that two slot, you can keep it like this. Yeah, you can lock it. So the spindle won't try to turn when we are opening the bolts. This is how we lock this. I will open it. Yeah. Earlier this bolt was not opening, so I locked the spindle. Now it is opening. So you can see when I loosen the bolts, your piston will come up. So you have to be very careful when you are loosening, because sometimes because of the spring pressure, it may come out rapidly. So you have to open the bolts slowly. You can see the piston coming out as I start loosening the bolt. So you have to loosen the bolt very gradually, so that the spring tension should be gradually released. If you open fast, sometimes the piston may come out rapidly out and it may damage or you may get injured. You can see the piston coming out. Yeah. Now there is no spring pressure. I can feel it. So I remove both the bolts along with the locking plate, secure it, and remove the piston. To remove the piston, you can use a jack. That's why they are given two slots. If you feel, yeah, that's all. You can remove it. This is your piston. This is your piston, and I'll keep it softly. And this is your spring. The spring keeps the valve closed. The spring always keeps the valve closed, and your pilot air pressure, when it comes, it overcomes the spring pressure and pushes your valve, and then the valve tends to move out. Okay, I remove the valve now. tap is okay. You can give a little tap. So that will come out. You can see this is your valve spindle. It is out already. So we have dismantled our starting air valve. So what are all the things that we need to check here is your venting surface here. This space should be lapped, and this space should be absolutely free of any pitting mark, any scoring mark, anything. And also this landing surface where your starting air valve sits in your cylinder head, this should be lapped properly, and this, you can see all salt deposit over here, all those exhaust gas salts over here. I will show you. You can see it. See, this is all your exhaust gas salts. So we clean this, and then we have to do lapping for this. Only two areas that we need to lap in the starting air valve. One is this part, and other is your valve seating area. I do a buffing for this. More time. Okay. Okay, I am done with the buffing. Next will be the lapping. So before lapping, I will do cleaning of this. I'll do a buffing for this also. Hello. Okay, now we will clean the piston. Remove all the dirts. Because these dirts, it's not because of any oil, it is because of the moisture in the air. So I will remove it by buffing. Do the buffing for it. Whenever you do the buffing, you make sure there is no damage in the piston, and it should be absolutely free of any kind of dent mark, because if you find any dent mark, then your movement of your piston will get resisted. So you ensure your piston surface is in a very good condition. Okay, now I clean the piston. Here all you need to see is the thread should be absolutely free of any damage. You can see there is no damage. Threads are free only, good condition. Okay. Now I will do buffing for this. This is your valve spindle. I do buffing. So again, whenever you do the cleaning of this, ensure this surface should be absolutely free of any damage, because this surface goes up and down, up and down. So if there is any damage, there will be a restriction in your movement, and the amount of air which should come out will be restricted. Like if the movement is restricted, if the valve won't open fully, so the amount of air which will be supposed to go during starting will not go. So ensure this area is clean. Okay, now I'm done with my cleaning of this spindle. And here is your valve body. This is your valve body. So I will clean inside also. I'll do a small buffing inside and remove all these dirts. Yeah, you can see the body is completely clean. Okay, you can see the body is completely clean. There is no abnormal, any scratch mark, nothing. Okay. Right. Okay. Now we inspect the spring. Spring also I'll do a buffing on it. Okay. For the spring, you have to do a visual check, and you can see whether there is any crack, any damage in the spring or not. The spring looks fine. We'll use the same spring. So we cleaned our piston. Spring is cleaned, inspected. Spindle is done. Your cover is also done. Inner body of your starting airwall casing is also done. Now we do lapping. You can see the inner surface. Inner surface is absolutely clean. So I will do lapping for it. This is your lapping tool, and this is your other lapping tool. This lapping tool we use to lap your spindle, and this one you lap for your seating surface. So first we do the lapping for your seating surface. So for doing lapping in the seating surface, we have to use two grades of paste. One will be your 300, other will be 500. So first we 300 grade paste, and then we'll go for 500. I put 300 now. So all you need to do is you have to check the condition of your tool, clean it nicely. The idea is this tool should not get contaminated with any other kind of abrasive material. So we clean it. So I removed all dirt in the from the tool. Now the tool is ready to use. So all we need to do is put it directly on the surface, and you have to turn clockwise, anti-clockwise. You should give same amount of pressure. Gradually you have to turn it. So the idea of doing lapping is for removal of any kind of dent or any scratches, right? Okay. So now I will go for 500. So I'm not doing it too much because the seating surface is very good. There is no any dent mark, no abnormal in the seating surface. So I can directly go for 500 grade paste. Some tube oil, little. Okay, again the same way. Okay, I'm done with this. I'll clean this. You can see the surface once after lapping. You can see it will be shining and there won't be any dent mark or nothing. You can see it. So whenever you do any inspection, just you need to see whether the surface have any kind of dent mark or any scratch mark like that. So there is nothing visible now. So now we will go for spindle lapping. So for doing the spindle lapping, we cannot use the hard paste. We have to use only the grain which is 500 and above. So I use 500 grade paste because if you use hard grit paste, it may damage your surface. So that is the reason we are using this 500 and above grade. Okay, now you can see the surface before lapping. You can see the surface before lapping. The surface is good and there is no any kind of abnormal thing, no dent, no scratch mark, nothing. So I will do the lapping. After doing the lapping, you can see the difference in the surface. So this is your lapping tool. This should match your spindle. So again, you have to keep on turning. Okay. I do it one more time. This is a magnet. That is why I am hitting this. reason why I am using the magnet is I cannot pick it up by hand. So I use the magnet so I can lift it easily. Now you can make out the difference. After lapping, you can see it is shiny, and you can see the surface of your spindle also. You can see this is the area which seats. So this should be free of any kind of dent. There is no dent, nothing. So this valve is fit to use. So okay, we are done with our lapping. Okay, now we are done with our cleaning. Now we are done with our lapping and everything.
Hi everyone. I believe you must have understood, gained some knowledge about how to dismantle and how to overhaul a main engine starting air valve. And in part 2, I would like to share how to assemble and how to check the function of overhauled starting air valve. Please watch part 2 also for further information about starting air valve. Thanks for watching. See you guys.